All of the cupboards, you'll find out the first time you don't do it, because you'll go around a corner and everything will fall out. But all of the cupboards have the same latch mechanism, and once you close it, you, with your fingers, raise that up and then it engages. So just check and make sure it's solid. Okay, bedtime. How do we make this into the bed? Well, you've taken away the table and stowed that. You're sitting on this piece of wood. Nobody is sitting on the sofa. That's a no-no. And no child is touching this switch. You make sure that there's nothing here that it could compress against, and then push the button. And it fits right in. Then lift up this cushion, slide this piece of wood across, and you'll see it fits right in a little ledge, a little track, perfect fit. And then these two cushions fit right on there to fill in the space. Okay, you've had a good night's sleep. Now you want to get the couch set up. And I will ask that this button be used only by adults. If there are kids traveling with you, it's so tempting to keep pushing that button and make the seat go up and down. So rule 1, only adults. Rule 2, nobody in here. Again, it's for kids, it's like, oh, I'll take a ride. But hold the button with nobody sitting there, and the bed now makes itself into a couch. But we're not done yet. Now, these two cushions come out, and this piece of wood here slides under this seat cushion. And you'll see from the depression there, it'll only fit one way. And so there you go, now you're set up for couch. Okay, you're finished with dinner. You don't want to have the table in the way, and you don't want to have the table up when you're driving, because it wobbles around. That bracket on the bottom will get loose. So how to take the table down. You lift it up, and maybe the post will be stuck in there. It slides under this seat cushion. Now, looking here, you see I have it in the wrong way because that depression isn't going to fit. So swivel it around. So that's put away. And this goes back in its little clip right behind the driver's seat. Okay, ceiling fan. Turn this crank. It opens, and once it's open, here's a speed thing, and here's a thermostat. So you said I have it on very high now, so when it's way up in the red, the fan's not going to go because it's not hot enough. And wherever you have it set, it'll only work when the lid is open. So as soon as you close it down, it's going to stop. And you should always close it down before driving. This raises the TV antenna, but since you're not going to use the TV, we won't go through that. Okay, today's lesson is how to use the refrigerator. Well, on the outside of the fridge, you notice this knob here, which has 3 settings. The first one is gas, the next one is plugged in electricity, and the next one is battery electricity. When it's on gas, it's efficient. You can drive with it on gas, but it's using up gas. Plug in, if you're at a trailer park or someplace where you have electrical hookups, that's the most efficient. And battery. Well, battery, now there's no light coming on because the main power is none. So when I put on the main power, you'll see that there's a green light indicating that the battery part is working. And when it's on gas, there's an orange light indicating that gas is working. So you have to have battery power on in order to trip the pilot light of gas. To use anything with gas, you need the power on. And the car battery works too. Now, here's a caution. Surprisingly, when it's on car battery, that battery will drain down right away. It's fine if you're driving, and stopping a little bit here and there, fine. But if you leave it on overnight, you'll have a dead battery in the morning. So here's my solution. This little latch locks and unlocks the door. So with it open, I have discovered these containers fit in there just right. So I fill them with water and I freeze them in the house, because this refrigerator is powerful enough to keep frozen things cold, but not powerful enough to freeze things. So the ideal thing is freeze up 3 of those things in your home freezer, put them up here in, and then this thing will stay cold. You can put it on the battery when you're driving. At night, just turn it off, because you've got that ice pack in there. It's going to keep it cold. And if it turns out that you have frozen stuff you want to put in the freezer, then just take a couple of those out and put them down here on the shelf. I always keep a little towel here because it seems inevitably there's some dripping going on. Okay, so that's your lesson on the fridge. Okay, back here in the sleeping area, there is a thermostat, and it runs the gas heater, which is here. It's on the background now. To turn the heater on, slide the switch to the right, and when you do, the fan will start up right away. The heater, you might put your hand there and say, well, it's not hot. It takes a minute to get hot, and then when you turn it off, it will still keep running for quite a while because it's cooling itself down. It doesn't just stop. Okay, how to use the stove. You lift up the lid. You see there's a left burner and a right burner. You're going to put it to the first notch, which has that little zigzaggy thunderbolt. Hold it in. How am I going to do this? Hold the button in while lighting. Hold it in, light, and then your fingers are burned. You have to keep holding it in for 3 seconds until the heat registers. Then you can release it, and now you can adjust the flame. And as you do so, keep in mind that you must not close the lid until it's all cooled off. And so I'm turning it off. Okay? So you close the lid after it's cool, and you're done. Okay, let's talk about these window shades. They're very easy to break. So you can they work the same on all of them. You can pull it down now and still see out, and you can pull it down now and be really blacked out. Or you can gently, well, this is what I mean, they're a little fussy. And there you go.